Good morning, guys. So today begins the process of installing my solar system. Some of you know that I am going to try to do some boondocking, and I've tried to develop a system for this Avion that will allow me to do extended stays almost anywhere that I want to go. Now that's assuming that I have access to those areas. Now if I can't get it back there, then obviously I'll have to maybe backpack or hike the rest of the way in, but the plan is to be as self-sufficient with the Avion as possible. I don't want to just stay in campgrounds. You know, I mean, that's nice. It's nice when you want to have full hookups or whatever, but when you just want to get the hell away from everyone, you know, you have to have an entirely self-sufficient system. So I ordered 600 watts of 100 watt panels. So 6 total panels. I am debating. I've got both the Energy Kodiak as a generator, so it will accept up to 600 watts of solar, and obviously that's at optimum conditions. I also ordered an MPPT charge controller, and I've been debating on whether I want to use the Energy Kodiak and just kind of see how it does, because it already has a battery built in, or if I just want to install a traditional system and then try and hook up an inverter. I'm really not enjoying the idea of hooking up an inverter, because the Energy Kodiak already has a 1500 watt inverter built in, and it also already has an RV plug built in. So if I hooked up my solar to the Energy Kodiak and then had the Kodiak going to my battery bank and then plugging my RV into the Energy Kodiak generator, that would pretty much be an all-in-one self-contained system. But, you know, some things just don't work out the way you want them to. So I'm going to at least give it a try. I'm going to give it a shot and see if that is going to be a plausible solution to my energy needs, because I really don't want to have a bunch of cables and wires going all over the place. And it just seems more, I don't know, logical to use what I already have instead of trying to build a complete system from scratch. But either which way it goes, I have to get up on this roof and begin prepping the surface for the solar panels. But here are the solar panels. So they are the traditional aluminum framed rigid panels. I really did consider going with flexible panels just because I have curved surfaces on my roof. I don't have a flat roof. The roof is a blessing because it's, you know, it sheds water extremely easy. It's not flat. There's no rubber up there that I constantly have to tend to or replace so many years. And the thing is 41 years old, exact same roof, exactly performing exactly the way it did as soon as it came off the assembly line. These are the panels I got. They are 16.5 pounds each. So after I get them all up there, that will total up to about 100 pounds worth of solar panels on my roof. I ended up going with the HQST, and these are the exact same 100 watt solar panel monocrystalline that Renogy sells. And just to prove that, I don't know if you can read that or not, but that actually says Renogy right there on the plug. Now, some people might go, well, you know, they're just Renogy plugs. It's not actually a Renogy panel. I'm telling you, these are the exact same panels that Renogy uses. These are the exact same ones. All of them are assembled in Mexico with solar cells from Malaysia. I would be willing to bet that your Renogy panels say the exact same thing. So here's what I'm working with. These panels are 100 watts each. Optimum operating voltage is going to be 16 volts. Optimum operating current is going to be 6.25 amps. So I've got 6 panels. I'm going to run 3 pairs, each pair in series, and then run the rest, or run the 3 pairs in parallel. So when you run panels in series, you'll be doubling your voltage. And then when you run all of the 3 pairs together, you'll be adding the amperage. So I should have around 18 total amps coming into my system, and I will have roughly 32 volts, and that's assuming that it's operating at optimum conditions. I'm actually a bit sad because it's kind of cold this morning. It's about 56 degrees, and I mean, it's nice that it's not just scorching hot, but I would have liked to have been about 65 or maybe 70 degrees and breezy. But we are supposed to get some sun today. These clouds up here, they're finally going to clear up. We're not going to have this overcast day forever. So I should be able to get this at least set. I should be able to get the panels set in place today. I may not get everything wired up. I may not get all of the power cables ran and put into place, but I should be able to get the panels set up there today. But I have to prep the surface first. I have to clean the surface off with like denatured alcohol and make sure that there's, you know, no grime or dirt or anything there, because I'm going to be mounting the panels using brackets, but I'm going to be using VHB and Eternabond tape to secure them to the roof. Okay, so here is the roof. I'm going to try to get up here without killing myself. Alright, success. Alright, so this is the roof, and it's actually in fantastic condition. There's no hail damage, there's no dings. So my thought process originally was to put one set of panels up here in the very, very front, going from left to right, and then put one set of panels together long ways on this side, and then put another set of panels here long ways. That way, no matter which side the sun is coming in on, I'm going to immediately begin to generate power, whether it's from the east or the west, or the north or the south. I don't know if that's going to be the best plan of action or not. So I'm going to probably undo my boxes and kind of see exactly where everything kind of lays out. I've actually got a friend of mine coming over to help me at least get the panels up here onto the roof, because I am not confident enough that I'm going to be able to get them from down there up here and then get them situated without maybe dropping one or two. And yeah, I just don't feel like dealing with that. So with all that being said, the total invested that I should have in this project is I spent about $650 on the panels, spent about $160 on the MPP charge controller and the MT50 battery monitor. That's, I mean, everyone kind of gets you a little bit. They're like, oh, it's only $115 for a solar panel. No big deal, right? Yeah, totally no big deal. But you're not factoring in everything else that it takes to get that power that the solar panels are generating into your system. Monkey man. Come on, monkey man. Hi, monkey fruit. Hi, monkey fruit. Hi, Nom Nom. Me, the good dog. Are you good dogs? Dunkin' Donut. He's a bad dog. He's a little bad dog. So yeah, total about $650 for the panels, $450 for the batteries, $150 for the charge controller, probably another $100 to $200 for all the cabling thus far. And I'm using the Energy Kodiak, and that costs roughly about, I don't know, I'm gonna guess middle price around $1,700. So it is not cheap to run solar yet. I mean, it's still not, it's never been cheap, but it has gotten much more affordable. As far as my batteries are concerned, I've actually considered taking a torch and cutting off the spare tire holder here, and then laying a plate straight across this back bumper, and then putting a box up here, putting all my batteries back here on this side. It would counteract some of the weight of the tongue weight, because it would start to kind of push it down in this direction and relieve weight from the front, and then just sort of run my batteries up and under into the camper somewhere. And then again, I've also considered maybe put my batteries here in the garage area that I was painting and waterproofing last night, and maybe sticking everything in that area. But you know, it's a trade-off no matter what you do. I mean, whether it's here or there, or up front or in the back, or inside or outside. Oh, you've got to vent the batteries, you've got to maintenance those batteries, you need easy access. The tongue is, honestly, I just don't think I'm going to put it up here. It's just too cramped. The A-frame on this is very short. So while I do have access to everything that I need, you know, power jack, propane bottles, and house batteries, I just don't think that I'm going to use anything solar related up here. So I'm thinking about putting 2 AGM house batteries here, and then go ahead and put the solar batteries on the bumper of the camper. So just to give you a brief idea of what I'm talking about here. By the way, I picked up these storage boxes. I ended up getting 6 of them. They were $20 a piece at Rural King. They're the Plano boxes. Basically, sort of an imitation Foot Locker that the soldiers use. They got, you know, the locking, clasping handles. They've got multiple places to put padlocks on here. But just look at this mess of cables. So I ended up finding this 4-gauge, 16 foot of wire. This would be perfect for bridging your batteries, you know, if you're wanting to wire them in parallel and in series. Just chop this thing up and use all the cabling from it. And then I've got branch connectors, Y connectors, battery terminal connectors, extension cables. These are all 10-gauge wire extension cables. Different lengths, because I wasn't exactly sure what size I was going to need. This is the VHB tape that I'm going to be using to get these brackets up there. So I got these traditional brackets. I think these are going to do really well, but I need to test fit them real quick. And these are made by a company called Zool, X-O-O-L. I'd never heard of them before, but they had a really good price on 2 sets of brackets. I think they were about $17 each. I also have a few copper lugs. These are the crimp-on style, so that if I do decide to chop this thing up and use it for battery connecting, I'll just use these. And then this will be my junction box on the roof. So I can cut these out, and I've got these ports on all 4 sides. So I'll just mount it flat, and so the panels that are coming in from the right, the panels that are coming in from the front, and the panels that are coming in from the left, and then these 3 ports, or at least these 2, will be where they'll junction all inside, and then I'll put the 2 main outs coming from here. At least all that sounds good in my head.